Hello everybody, I'm just checking some of my levels real quick. That sounds good, awesome. Let me just launch the game. That would be helpful. Hello, it is I. And what I want to do real quick is stop the Spotify music and hello, welcome. Get my headphones on and turn music back on. Here we go. And let me check my levels real quick. Okay. I want the game volume balanced with my me. That sounds good, right? I'll turn the game volume down a little bit. There we go. Cool. Now, to get into the game. There's Addison. Let's go. Okay. Increase my volume slightly, or I can do that, but it's pretty high. What I need to do is get a proper mic stand that's not just a mic stand like for singing, so that I can have my mic closer so I don't have to lean in here to be where I should be from the mic, because then you can't see me on the webcam. What if I moved my webcam real quick? Woofed. Okay. Ooh. See, now you see me from underneath and that's just not a good angle, you know? Yeah, the problem is where to put my webcam. Maybe if I... Okay. Can this turn a bit more? There we go. So now when I lean in, it's at least a bit more on me. Okay, let's just go with this. Is my volume loud enough, and is the game volume quiet enough? I'll turn the game volume down a little bit more. There we go. Okay. Let's get back into Dream Daddy. Oh no, I must have fallen asleep. What time is it? Shoot, it's 3:55. I'm supposed to be at Amanda's school in 5 minutes. I frantically put on some clean clothes, apply a generous amount of deodorant, and run out the door. Dad tip 35, it's called masking tape for a reason. I arrive at Amanda's school and check in at the front desk. They give me a bright orange visitor sticker and send me on my way. Might just... No, that was a good size. Okay, ignore me. I'm barely awake and feeling pretty haggard, but hopefully nobody will notice. I check my watch and I'm relieved to see that I'm only 2 minutes late. Wait, was it room 103 or 108? I spot a youth standing at his locker and approach him for help. Excuse me, do you know where Mr. Vega's classroom is? The youth turns around and looks me up and down with heavily lined eyes. A fellow goth. Sigh. Come on, kid. I'm late for a meeting. Mr. who? Mr. Vega? I don't know. Have you tried the exit? Okay, wise guy. Are you gonna help me or not? Sigh. Fine, up those stairs and to the left. Can't miss him. I head up the stairs and walk around, unable to find Mr. Vega's class anywhere. After a couple of minutes of searching, I head back downstairs. That punk youth sent me on a wild goose chase. I get back to where that low rent Gerard Way is standing, fully ready to give him a piece of my mind, when suddenly a head pops out of the classroom next to his locker. Oh, I need a Hugo voice. Lucian, don't you have a third period to get to? Is that too similar to my Joseph voice? It'll do, it'll develop. Sigh. Fine, Mr. Vega. Wow. Now I'm officially 10 minutes late. I glare at him as he walks away. We're not cool. You must be Addison. Yeah, look. You must be Addison. This period's almost over. Would you mind waiting in the back? I feel like it's too much like Joseph because I'm just doing a British accent again. Oh well. Mr. Vega leads me in and I take a seat in one of the comically small students' desks in the back. I might get stuck in this. Alright, where were we? Now, who can tell me about the unreliability of the narrator in J.D. Salinger's... I should know how to say his name. In J.D. Salinger's Catcher in the Rye. Yes, Colin? Colin stands up and does the thing where he blows into the crook of his elbow to make a fart noise. I tried. The whole class erupts into laughter. All right, everybody. Very funny, Colin. Please, sit down. Now, Holden Caulfield is an unreliable narrator in the sense that the bell for the end of period rings and all of the students immediately get up and make a break for the door. That was a short English class. Remember to do the reading and answer the response questions on page 194 of your textbook. Nobody's listening. Or not, I guess. Mr. Vega turns to me and sighs. Middle schoolers, right? Don't you teach high schoolers? Both, you know. Budget cuts. Oh, that's tough, man. Right. Thanks so much for coming in. No problem, Mr. Vega. Please, call me Hugo.
I don't know.
I don't normally do these impromptu parent-teacher meetings, but as I'm sure you know, Amanda's a very bright student and I'm concerned about her recent behaviour. What's going on? Amanda's never been the most engaged student, but I know she cares. Recently though, she's been falling behind. She's not completing assignments and has been doing rather poorly on tests. I'd normally check this up to senioritis, but I'd normally chalk this up to senioritis, but this is strange. I thought Amanda was always shared everything with me. I hadn't even crossed my mind that something might be wrong. I just wanted to ask, is everything okay at home? Okay. Oh, thank you. What a legend. We just moved. She's fine. She has a tendency to bottle things up. Well, we just moved recently, but it was only to the other side of town, and Amanda was more excited about it than I was. Oops. I already clicked it. We love chat delay. See if you can talk to her about it. I know she values you a great deal and would appreciate your guidance. If she keeps heading down this road... I know how important art school is to her, and I would hate to see her miss out on scholarship money that she clearly deserves. I'll make sure to talk to Amanda. Thanks for letting me know, Hugo.
Hey!
Anytime. On my way out, I stop, thinking for a moment. I turn to Hugo. Hey, Hugo. Yes? They ever catch that rye? Yes. That's a bit cute. What a dad moment. What a time. And by that I mean tea. I got a tea bag. Anyway. I leave the classroom and make my way out of the school. I'm still a little bit in shock that Amanda was able to hide this so well from me. She's always been such a force for positivity in my life, especially after we lost her father. Amanda must be done with classes for the day by now. I'm sure she'd appreciate a ride home. Maybe I can talk to her about what's going on. I pull up to the carpool and Amanda hops in the passenger seat. So, did you have fun gossiping about me? Mr. Vega and I actually just gossiped about our celebrity crushes. So you talked about Mario Batali the whole time? Or should I know who that is? I feel like maybe I should. Let's just... Yeah, cool. Mario Batali. Oh, wow, I can't. Mario Batali. A chef. Oh, I like this picture. Cool. I don't... Nah. No thank you, actually. It was a very productive meeting. I'm pretty hungry. Can we grab some dinner? Sure thing. Something at home or the mall food court? The man likes his sausage. Look, don't we all? Munch crunch into the microphone. I have regrets. I was like, my thought process there was, if I eat a shape, it will give time for making a decision. I'm gonna go to the food court though. Does that sound good to you? Yeah, sure. Why the mall? Geez, can't a dad take his daughter to the mall? Will you buy me things? I will buy you a thing. Singular. It's dinner. Sounds like a deal to me. I might just... Can I tilt this down a little more? Okay, that might be a bit better. We drive in silence for a short while. Amanda plays a game on her phone. I should say something. You know, sometimes when a kid gets older, they find that they have to keep things hidden from their parents. And that's okay, because sometimes that's what kids do. And that's okay. But also sometimes it's good to have the parents' perspective because, you know, maybe the parents have also dealt with similar situations. And maybe they're a little cooler than you give them credit for. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that it's good to share. Love you. Have you been reading my tweets? You have a Twitter? What? Never mind. Look, sweetie, Mr. Vega said you haven't been participating in class and that you're not turning things in. Oh, I'm fine, Pops. Senioritis and all that. I thought you liked Mr. Vega's class. It's fine. He's fine. We pull up to a stoplight and I eye Amanda. She's still texting. Just, I want you to know that you can talk to me about anything. Uh-huh. I can tell that whatever it is, she doesn't want me knowing about it. It's frustrating. I heard Emma R's going to that fancy art school in California. That's exciting. Yep. Are you bummed that you guys aren't going to the same school? Yep. Amanda keeps texting. She stifles a laugh. What's so funny? It's, I don't think you'd get it. Okay. Who you texting? Noah. Who's Noah? My friend. Does he go to your school? Yep. Do you like Noah?
Hey.
What? No. Dad. Ugh. I can't believe you would...
Aw.
Dad. I mean, jeez. Why would you... Ugh. Gross. Sorry, just asking. Dad, he's just my friend. Guys and girls can be friends. He's my friend. Okay. Jeez. This is going well. Welp, good talk. Love you, kiddo. She leans forward and turns up the radio. I guess that conversation is over. To the mall, then. That went well. Dad tip 81. It's better to be early than late. That's a good dad tip. I'm gonna, real quick, grab my compression gloves for my hands. As if compression gloves would be for anywhere else. Gloves are for hands. Good job, me. Ugh. One glove. We arrive at the mall, a big indoor shopping centre with a couple different floors. It's kind of dead, but that doesn't stop a mall security guard from yelling at a group of loitering teens. For feet, I think. Yeah, look, I could... Because they're compression gloves, they're quite stretchy. I could probably fit them on my feet, but I don't want to try. Let's eat something disgusting for dinner. Yes. Hell yeah. Language, missy. Heck yeah. Better. We approach the food court and evaluate our options. There's greasy restaurant after greasy restaurant. My heart burns just looking at the menu. Nobody looks happy to be here. What are you in the mood for? Bread dipped in sugar, bread with cheese on it, or do you just want me to inject some fat directly into your bloodstream? I extend my hand to her. Would you do me the honor of sharing some nachos? She takes my hand with a grin. It would make me the happiest, cheesiest girl alive. We order a giant pile of chips and unnaturally orange cheese from a very unenthusiastic and possibly stoned teenager. We take a seat at a rickety table and dig in. These are bad. These are very bad. But also, strangely delicious. We have to eat through the pain. We enjoy the fluorescent cheesy goodness together until we're all out of nachos. So, something's been bothering me for a while. Can you explain memes to me? Oh, I remember this bit. I had to explain memes to my mother, and I feel like it went down like this. Oh, OBS has just told me there's not sufficient disk space to continue recording. This is fine. I will just have to download the VOD from Twitch. Good, okay. Which meme? All? All the memes. Amanda sighs deeply and places her head in her hands. Dad, it's complicated. See, memes are inside jokes shared by a bunch of people that get less funny the more people do it. So the problem is that by the time a meme gets to you, Dad, all us youths have already done the joke to death. And what's worse than that is that movies and TV and video games will try and jump in on a meme train, but just based on how long it takes to make them, the meme will be long dead by the time it comes out. So it just dates it and isn't funny. Oh shit, what up? Dad, please. Anyway, changing the subject. Where to now? Wanna go to that goth store? What? You know, the one that's all black and tries to establish itself as anti-establishment despite being an exact representation of the establishment? I don't know what store you're talking about. You know, the one where you can buy chain wallets and it's basically an assault on what people fought so hard against in the punk and hardcore movements of 70s and 80s. Dude, you gotta be more specific. The one you threw up in that one time? Oh, that one! Of course. Amanda runs into the store with me trailing behind her. She makes a beeline for the back. There it is. You can still see the outline, kinda. I'm so proud. Speech. Amanda. Speech, 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 speech. Alright, I'll do it if you stop chanting. Amanda stops immediately. I clear my throat. Except I actually need to cough. Thank you all for joining us here today to commemorate a historical moment that would forever shape history. On a day very much like today, some 5 years ago, our very own Amanda Ann Pfister had too much blue raspberry slushy on an outing to the mall. After begging her father to take her to Dead, Goth and Beyond to buy rainbow suspenders, good choice, she proceeded to throw up all over a display of My Chemical Romance merchandise. Her loving father then had to pay for said merchandise, which to this day remains among our possessions. Thank you. Amanda's moved. She begins clapping. Slow at first, then faster and more vigorously. Several other patrons turn their heads. One of them also starts clapping. I bow my head. Oh hey, chain wallets! While Amanda busies herself looking at band t-shirts, I try to find something of interest to myself. Not much for a dad to look at in Dead, Goth and Beyond. Peruse the band t-shirts, look at ironic mugs, check the clearance bin for hot deals. I'm gonna look at some mugs. I'm suddenly stricken by existential fear. If there's only one number one dad, then why are there so many mugs here that say that? This whole time I thought I was the only one. If I'm not number one, where do I place on the global dad ranking charts? I have work to do. Oh, okay, I know who this character is, and I can't just do the same British accent again. But I feel like he would. Oh dear, okay. Look, this is very important to me. I love him. Okay. I overhear a stifled argument over at the cash register. An older gentleman is carrying a garment and showing it to a bored-looking cashier with pink hair. I can see that. Don't know what to tell you, dude. I just work here.
Oh my.
Listen, when I bought this online, the website said that this blouse was Victorian-inspired. However, when I received it, it clearly held the trademark of Edwardian dressage. Do you want a coupon? I can give you a coupon. Will you leave if I give you a coupon? Is there a manager present? People have to know what they're buying. I am the manager. I see. Well, it would seem that I've outstayed my welcome. Good day, shopkeep. Your superiors will receive a strongly worded letter by post. Whatever, dude. The man whirls around and storms out, his literal coattails trailing behind him. I can't tell if they're Victorian-inspired or Edwardian in nature. Yeah, that's how it be. Amanda trots up to me with the t-shirt in her hand. Oh boy, here it comes. Hey, Dadtron 5000. Yes, I'll buy it for you. Wow, that was easy. Thanks. At least it's only one this time. Amanda plops the shirt on the counter and grins at the cashier. I love your hair. The cashier says nothing and rings Amanda up, radiating hatred. I hand her a 20. So, what was that guy's deal? The cashier rolls her eyes so hard I'm worried she'll pull something. That's Damien. He's in here all the time. He's obsessed with Victorian fashion or whatever. She hands Amanda her bag and it's clear the conversation is over. We make our way out of the store and head home to get some rest. Amanda and I sit on the couch, trying to find something to watch over bowls of ice cream. Oh, cool! Long Haul Paranormal Ice Road Ghost Truckers is on. Your favorite, right? Oh, hell yes. They have to make it over the Canadian tundra before the ice road melts, but also, they're hunting ghosts. Also, the trucks are haunted. This is an episode I've already seen, but it's one of the best. Callum and Flint Dogbone, the twin brother truck driving and ghost hunting duo, find themselves in the greatest peril yet. Oh no, the ghosts done got... Oh, wait. I need a different accent. Oh no, the ghost done got control of the truck. I can't steer 'em off. Can't steer on them, their damn ice roads. Let me use this EVP meter to try and communicate with the spirits. Flip, we're about to die. Almost got it. If you listen carefully, it sounds like it's saying, you're going to die. That's because we're about to die, you. This is art. The episode ends and Amanda excuses herself to go and start arguments on the internet. I stay up a little longer, curious about the exploits of Callum and Flint Dogbone after their disastrous ice road incident. Afterwards, I crawl into bed and get a good night's sleep. Good. Dad tip 47, don't skip the corners. Which corners? I don't. Whoop. I was gonna do a thing real quick. Okay. OBS back open. Dream Daddy back open. Zzz. Morning, sleepyhead. 5 more minutes. You have never, ever let me have 5 more minutes, so get up. Fine. We have cereal for breakfast and spend the morning putting furniture together. Amanda is much better at interpreting the tiny manuals. We're able to put together a few shelves and one desk, but I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be a bookshelf. IKEA be like. So, you excited for the cookout today? I almost read that as cock out. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, excited to beef up my grilling skills. If there's food, I'm excited. Or, one of the top two. Look, sometimes you get distracted, you know? Two? Yeah, that's fair. I'm all over those terrible store-bought sugar cookies that everyone brings to parties. I personally don't like them. They're not great. Yeah, those are bad. Which means there are more for me. Don't you want to meet some of the people in the neighborhood? I have a text. Who's this from? Okay, that's fine. I'll probably end up standing uncomfortably in the corner with a plate of food and hope that nobody talks to me. Dad, you're a beautiful work in progress. We will get that butterfly to emerge from the cocoon. The social butterfly. Well, we better start getting ready. We definitely don't want to be late. What? No. We have to be fashionably late. Who shows up to a cookout on time? You know what? We're going early. Just because you said that. That's all good. Bye, George. I will have a good stream. I'm a just vibe to the Dream Daddy. I head out the door and Amanda reluctantly follows. We walk across the street to Joseph's house with a store-bought veggie plate. I'm a terrible cook if it doesn't involve a grill. Okay, now this scene is going to involve a lot of switching between character voices. So, excuse me for it being bad. I need to write down notes of how I do each character voice, really. I guess we're not as early as we thought we were. Joseph's backyard's already packed with people and the smell of hot dogs wafts through the air. Who has hot dogs? Oh, right, this is set in America. Snags. It should be snags. Small children run through a sprinkler and adults chat in small clusters. I set our veggie plate down on a table next to 2 other veggie plates. Hey, there's Joseph. I wave to get his attention. The moment he sees us, he jogs over, arms open wide. Welcome! I'm so glad you two are here. Oh, that's not the voice I had. He was British before. Welcome! I'm so glad you two are here. I think that's the voice I want to do for him, though. And you brought veggies. Let me introduce you to my family. Kids, come on over here. This is Chris, my eldest. Hi. This is Christina and Christy. They're twins. They stare creepily and say nothing. Then, of course, there's our youngest, Chris. Krish. Wait, where is Krish? Maybe Mary put him in his crib. Oh, and how could I forget my lovely wife, Mary? Joseph pecks her on the cheek. She smiles. Ah, Mary, sweetheart, did you put Krish to bed? I'll have to go look for him. No, that's not the voice I want. I'll have to go look for him. What? You'll have to... Joseph takes a moment and regains his composure. Mary, this is our new neighbor, Addison and his daughter, Amanda. I'd shake your hand, but I have a glass of wine that I need to tend to. I love her. Nice to meet you, Mary. Charmed. Well, I have to go over there now. Haha, my wife has a wonderful sense of humor. But please, you two enjoy the barbecue. All the guys are really excited to meet you. My Joseph voice has divulged. Here, let me introduce you around. Have you met Matt yet? Who? Hey Matt, come meet our new neighbors. This is Addison and Amanda. Amanda and I both give him a wave. Oh, now a Matt voice. Hey, I'm Matt. Nice to meet you two. Matt runs the coffee shop down the street. He bakes a mean carrot cake. My voices are just changing all the time. I'm so sorry. Matt grins sheepishly. He also knows everything about music. His recording collection takes up a whole wall of his house. That's me, the music guy. That's a bit of an understatement. He also used to be in a... I'm just the music guy. Always stoked to discuss music, tunes and stuff. That's so cool. I love music. Matt's ears seem to perk up. Oh yeah? What kind of stuff do you listen to? Dad rock, top tier stuff, almost exclusively songs about being sad. I have to do dad rock. You know, with the guitars and the drums and the lyricism about growing older and seeing the world changing before your eyes and you don't know how to deal with it. Buddy, I relate to that. Cool, alright. Matt stands there for a second. So, right, cool. Well, I'll be making the rounds. Feel free to stop by later. Is he as afraid of people as you are? He might be. This is Robert. He lives just across the way. A haggard man nursing a glass of whiskey eyes me up and down. Hey. Hey, I'm Addison. It's nice to meet you. He takes a long swig of his drink. Charmed. Addison and his daughters just moved in next door. Cool. His daughter's daughter. There's one. I only have one. If you ever need recommendations on where to get a drink in this town, Robert's your man. Rob, rather. Told you not to call me Rob. Oh. Right. Got it. Robert ambles away without saying goodbye. He's not really a people person. Wow. I think I've actually met everybody else. Great. I bet you're excited to get to know everyone better. Hope you both enjoy yourselves. Amanda and I mill around and try some of the food spread out on the table. I pick at some deviled eggs. Amanda grabs a small paper plate and immediately begins piling it with baked goods. Ugh, I don't want to have to make friends. Come on, Dad. Who you gonna party with when I go off to school? But I don't want to have to do pleasantries. Dad, they're gonna talk about weather. Dad. Go, do it. Make a friend. But how could I possibly abandon my only child as a social function? That's bad parenting. This plate of cookies is my new dad. Bye. Oofed. Amanda shoves me into the center of the yard. Well, here goes nothing. I look around the party. I'm surprised to see some familiar faces. Oh, it's the coffee guy. Or is he the music guy? He's both. What a cool guy, and mysterious. Didn't that guy throw a frisbee at my head? Isn't that the guy who's throwing a fit in Dead Gotham Beyond? Isn't that Amanda's teacher? Hey, I know Craig. But wait a second. All of these people live in our cul-de-sac? That can't be right. I'd better investigate. Okay, talk to Robert and Brian. Talk to Matt, Hugo, and Craig. Talk to Joseph and Damien, or burger time. Let's do Joseph and Damien. I spot Joseph chatting with the guy from Dead Gotham Beyond by the grill. I wonder what they're talking about. I walk over to them. So I'm curious, can you walk me through why you had your house painted black? Where do I even start? The house stays warmer in the winter, it provides an artistic contrast to the rest of the neighborhood, and it complements the crimson interior perfectly. It's definitely an interesting choice. Thank you. I'm very proud of my abode. Addison, I was just having a conversation with Damien here about his aesthetic design decisions. Damien regards me up and down with a warm but critical eye. How do you do? I don't believe I've had the pleasure. I think I saw you at Dead Gotham Beyond the other day. Why would I bring that up? I'm an idiot. Hello, welcome. Damien's face turns bright red. I must apologize for my behavior on that day. You see, I take the goth lifestyle very seriously, and to be caught in a ruse by such a corporation as Dead Gotham Beyond was profoundly frustrating indeed. I hope you know that while my anger may have been justified, it was no such way for a gentleman to act. It's okay, man. I'm good, yeah, playing Dream Daddy. Do tell me about yourself. Are you new to the area? Yes, my daughter and I just moved in the other day. She was the one I took to Dead Gotham Beyond. Oh, thank you. I do voices for all the characters. I'm bad at remaining consistent with my accents. Very good taste on her part. Does she partake in the goth lifestyle? I think for a second. I look over to Amanda, who's hanging out with some of the older kids in the neighborhood. What? Hey Amanda, would you consider yourself goth? Amanda yells back, I wouldn't necessarily try to fall under any one specific label, but I guess if I had to choose, I would more describe myself as twee hipster with some normcore leanings. Bats are cool though. Ah, pity. Are you enjoying the party so far? Oh, definitely. Thanks so much for putting this on. It's nice to be in a cul-de-sac where everyone's so friendly and welcoming. Amanda walks up to the conversation. I also like The Lost Boys a lot. Really good movie. Does that count as goth? That would, my dear. I don't believe we've had the pleasure of meeting. Damien Bloodmarch, at your service. Damien finishes the sentence with a flourish and a bow, producing a single rose and offering it to Amanda. Amanda blushes and returns the gesture with a curtsy. My, do you know how to treat a lady? Hello, Amanda. Seemingly out of nowhere, Joseph's twin kids appear. Are they speaking in unison? Hey, won't you come play with us? Come play with us forever. Guys, enough with the creepy twin stick. We've talked about this. Christian and Christy slowly back away. Where do you think they got that from? Mary pops into the conversation, wine in hand. I don't know. Mary takes a long sip of the wine. I think I might have taped over a VeggieTales VHS with The Shining. Who knows? She takes another sip of her wine. Where's Krish?
Come on.
Wasn't he with you? You had him a moment ago. He's probably stuffing dirt in his mouth. He'll be alright. Toddlers are pretty resilient. I have not had a consistent voice for Mary at all. This is fine. Mary tips her glass to me. Ain't my first time. I don't want her to be British. Ain't my first time at the rodeo. Why can't I do a Texan accent, but... In my first time at the rodeo. But can I do that but higher? Ain't my first time at the rodeo. See, it just becomes British. Oh well. It's my fourth. I have squeezed 4 little... Sweetheart, would you do me a favor and please find Krish? That would be great. I'm sure he's fine. Mary. Okay, jeez. Mary finishes her wine and wanders off. Dad, can we go now? Ah, Lucian, have I introduced you to Addison yet? Hey, it's that punk from Amanda's school. I remember you. Whatever. That's no way for a young man to speak to his elders. Be polite. Lucian bows. Whatever, sir. Lucian bows again. Mr. Christensen, may I have a veggie burger, sir? Coming right up, bud. Are you vegetarian? Yep. Make that 2 veggie burgers. Did you know that some people in the Victorian era were vegetarians? They described carnivorous type people as blood lappers. Dad. That's really interesting, Damien. Joseph turns to the grill. Just a hint of a tattoo peeks out from underneath his sleeve. I can't believe I didn't notice it before. It looks like the bottom of an anchor. Whoa, is that a tattoo? Yup, I wasn't always a youth pastor, you know. My Joseph accent's gone now, I guess. That's so cool. Want to see mine?
Oh, my.
What? Lucian pulls back some rubber bracelets, revealing a lopsided 666 in black ink. My buddy gave me a stick and poke tattoo last week. I think it's healing up pretty good. Lucian! We'll talk about this later. That's pretty cool. What's the significance of the tattoo? I don't know. I just thought it looked sick. Well, in my opinion, the only reason you need to get a tattoo is because you want one. Careful though, that number carries weight. There, I got my accent back for Joseph. Man, Joseph is a way cooler youth pastor than I thought. I just figured youth pastors popped out of the womb with a Bible. I wonder what he did before preaching. Okay, talk to Matt, Hugo, and Craig, or talk to Robert and Brian? Robert and Brian. These two I think have the easiest accents for me to do. Actually, that's a lie. I made Brian Irish. Or Scottish. One of those. I glance across the yard and notice Robert and Brian chatting over drinks. Man, I don't think I want to deal with being one-upped by Brian right now, but I guess I could live with learning more about Robert. Oh no, they caught me staring. Oh no, Brian's waving me over. Shoot. I flash a smile and walk over to them. Hey, guys. Addison, how the heck are ya? Settling into the neighborhood alright? Nope. Okay, wait. I think the first time I did Brian, he had the sort of American accent I do, but can I do an Irish accent? Or Scottish? Can I do one of them? Because I think that would work for Brian. Addison. How in the heck are ya? Settling into the neighborhood alright? Oh, you betcha. Got the living room in order at least. That's great to hear. I've been doing some living room work as well. Finally got the 50-inch in there. The game looks great in high def. I don't know what this accent is, and I don't like it. That's great to hear. I've been doing some living room work as well. Finally got the 50-inch in there. The game looks great in high def. Oh boy. Addison, have you met Robert yet? Yeah, we've met. Robert regards me over his whiskey. Good seeing you again. We were just talking about my most recent camping trip. Spent a night out in the woods with Daisy and Maxwell. She's definitely an outdoorsy one. Even caught her first fish. Good to see you taking your daughter out like that. Bet she loved it. And it's great that she loves the outdoors. Mine loves being inside. Brian raises an eyebrow at me. Being inside making art? She won a local competition for that art. Yep. Did I put it on too strongly? Robert stares at me blankly for a second. Anyway, I haven't gone camping in years. Not since the last time. Same here. Well, things change once you have kids. Wait, what happened the last time? Robert takes a long sip of whiskey. Well, old Johnny Boy and me were out in the back country. Wait, give me a second. It's high noon somewhere in the world. Okay. Old Johnny Boy and me were out in the back country. Johnny Boy's a strong kid. Met him in my army days. Comes from Kansas. They build him tougher out there. Anyway, things go south pretty quick. Johnny Boy breaks his ankle. Then the rope bridge snaps. You could see the bone popping out through the skin. Johnny Boy is screaming now, crying for his mama, losing blood. We're 2 days out from the next living soul. Here I am, my dear friend, bleeding out in front of me. I'm able to dress the wound, but now I gotta fireman carry a 6 foot, 180-pound man over some of the toughest terrain I've ever been in. I won't lie to you, there were moments during those 2 days when I thought about leaving old Johnny boy. But you build a bond with your brothers in arms. And that bond never breaks. I got that boy back to civilization, but I lost some of me out there. I guess that's camping for you. Brian and I stare in disbelief. Robert takes another long sip of whiskey. Long sip of whiskey. I'm just kidding. My friend John and I went in a tubing down a river, and he lost a flip-flop. Miss that kid. Brian and I laugh nervously. Or am I kidding? Brian and I tense up again. I'm kidding. Phew. Amanda and Daisy barrel up to us laughing. Daisy's holding a paper plate in front of her like a steering wheel. We gotta get off this haunted truck. Oh no, the ghost locked the doors. Quick, hit the emergency escape button. But trucks don't have emergency escape buttons. Then hit the brake, I guess, and then we'll get out of the truck. The imaginary truck. Anyway, we're safe from the ghosts, but how will we ever survive this Arctic tundra? Daisy, you might have to eat me. Are you prepared to do that? I'm prepared to do anything to survive. That's cold-blooded. I like that. Although I'm not sure I have the materials required to properly cook you. You know, that reminds me of the last time I went skiing. Robert! Wait a second. Are you guys playing Long Haul Ice Road Paranormal Ghost Truckers? Yeah. Amanda and I love that show. It's the best, especially the episode where Callum hides Flint's keys and Flint retaliates by breaking an ancient cursed urn and sending the spirit after him. Yeah, it's such quality reality television. I don't watch a whole lot of television, but I do enjoy that show. That and war documentaries. Alright, Daisy, I found us a couple of bugs. They're gonna make a great meal. Lots of protein. Gonna keep us from starving out here in this harsh, icy wasteland. But there's a whole table of food right over the... Daisy, it's a game. We're playing pretend. It's what kids do. Live a little. I'm not going to be playing Minecraft today because I have dinner with my dad in about an hour, so I'm just doing this week's Stream Daddy stream. Yeah. I'll probably do Minecraft tomorrow, though. Amanda gives Daisy a handful of gummy worms from the snack table. They eat them with mock disgust. Let's go find kindling for a fire. Okay, but not an actual fire. Because we're playing pretend? Now you're getting it. Daisy and Amanda run off. What a cute couple of kids. I really like that scene with Amanda and Daisy. It's really cute and wholesome. Man, I never seen her... Nope. Man, I never see her get along with anyone so quick. Man, I never see her get along with anyone so quickly. I apologize to anyone who's Irish or Scottish for my terrible accent. I believe it's more Irish. Accent's not my strong point. Part of this is so I can practice them. I guess Amanda's just sort of has a way with kids. That's kind of amazing. Daisy doesn't really get along with kids her age. It's nice that he's not trying to one-up me this time. Maybe we can have a regular friendship after all. Really? She just kind of keeps to herself. Her teacher says she spends every recess in the library. I think the other kids are intimidated by her intelligence. There it is. I wouldn't worry about it too much. Amanda was shy at Daisy's age too. She used to have a habit of crawling under tables and crying every time we took her to a restaurant. She bit people too. Oh, kids, right? Gotta love them. You're required to, by law. I hear that. Well, since they're getting along so well, maybe we should try to put together a little play date for them. They do seem to get along really well, but the thought of continually hearing about all of Brian's accomplishments is rough. Yeah, that'd be nice. Well, I don't want to take up too much of your time. Go meet some of the other fellas. Let's talk to Matt, Hugo, and Craig. Okay, wait, let me remember my voices. Craig's like chill American. Matt's chill American but deeper. And Hugo's British sophisticated. But not like Damien's British. Okay, we're good. Matt and Hugo seem to be embroiled in an intense discussion. Craig looks on, smiling politely. I walk over to say hello. Well, I don't think it's fair to try and compare two art movements like that. Periods in art only exist because they're a unique byproduct of the social and political climate of the time and place, and to try to take something like, say, the Rococo period and compare it to postmodernism in America, you're completely disregarding the context in which a work of art is created. Matt and Hugo seem to be so busy talking that they don't notice me. Craig leans in. Dude, I have no idea what's happening. This is hard. Talk to Craig or listen in on Matt and Hugo. I've been getting a good relationship with Craig so far, so maybe I talk to Craig. I turn my attention to Craig, who seems a little more attentive to my existence. How'd resistance training go the other day? Great! Little River here is a great cheerleader. Aren't you, tiny bro? This wasn't my Craig voice, but I'm not mad at it. Craig grabs River's arms and waves them around. You can do it, Dad. I'm so proud of you. So sorry for pooping on you. She must be a handful at that age. Oh, they always are. But it's so worth it. Craig grabs River's arms again and waves them around. Also, I'm sorry for throwing up on you, Dad. How are you settling in? Almost done. New place is perfect. I never get too comfortable. Almost done. Still a few odds and ends to take care of before I can really call myself settled, but I think we can upgrade the situation to livable. We did livable throughout the entirety of college. Oh, that's not right. We did livable throughout the entirety of college. Yeah, my goal was for Amanda to live the sort of life that didn't involve eating spoonfuls of ranch dressing as a palate cleanser between different types of pizza. She still does, though. Hey, she takes after her dad. Addison, how are you liking the neighborhood? It's pretty nice. Everybody's been super friendly. Seems like your daughter's fitting in just fine. Ooh, that was more Robert. Seems like your daughter's fitting in just fine. Yeah, that works. Matt points across the yard to where Amanda, Daisy, and another young girl are playing. They're all sitting cross-legged in the grass, picking weeds and weaving them into little flower crowns. It's pretty adorable. The girl I don't recognize jogs over to us. Oh, what is it, sweetheart? It's a flower crown. I thought you'd look cute in it. Well, there's only one way to find out. Matt takes the flower crown and places it on top of his head. Am I cool now? The girl stares at him, thinking it over. Nope. But you're slightly less uncool than you were before you put it on. Hey. Hey, Addison, this is my daughter. Hello. I'm coming Sita. I haven't had to say this loud before. I'm coming Sita. That sounds vaguely right. Amanda comes over with Daisy in tow. Dad, look, I'm making friends. Are you making friends? You better be making friends. Yeah, actually, Amanda. You remember the cool barista from the coffee shop and my old college friend and, your teacher? Oh, hi, Mr. Vega. Didn't realize we were neighbors. Yep. You still gonna get me that overdue term paper? Great seeing you. Amanda finger guns her way out of the conversation like a champ. She learned the finger guns move from me. I'm very proud. She's definitely a charmer. Speaking of which, where did my son go?
Sweet man,
Hugo looks around the party. He must finally spot him because his eyes go wide. Ernest Hemingway Vega. Are you smoking? Ernest is holding a lit cigarette. Nope. I see Ernest across the way. He casually takes a long drag of his cigarette, then flicks it into a gutter. Unbelievable. Excuse me. Hugo marches over to Ernest and I turn my attention to Matt and Craig. Kids, right? Man, I do not envy Hugo. The last barbecue we had, Ernest tried to shove a sparkler down Joseph's pants. Nearly burned down half the yard. And the barbecue we had before that, he actually burned down half the yard. I think that's the American accent one. And the barbecue we had before that, he actually burned down half the yard. And then it spread into my lawn and burned down half of my yard too. Nope, I can't switch between American accents. Oh. And then it spread onto my lawn and burned down half of my yard too. Hugo walks back over to us, practically dragging Ernest behind him. Hey everybody, sorry about that. Addison, this is my son Ernest. Hello. Ernest looks away, sulking, his hands shoved deep in his pockets. Hugo nudges him impatiently. Hey. Nice to meet you, Ernest. What grade are you in? Doesn't matter. Ernest. Okay, I'm in 8th grade. God, are you happy now? I'm sure you were just dying to know. Yeah. Good for you. Can I go now? I'm tired of talking to old dudes who blame my generation for the failing economy. Ouch. Ernest! Oh yeah, because I'm totally embarrassing you. Ernest puts earbuds in and storms off to stand in the corner. Well, that was certainly something. He seems nice. Hugo puts his head in his hands and sighs. I'm so sorry. He's having a really tough time. As much as I want to be the cool dad, I have to be the authoritarian dad, and he clearly resents me for it. I mean, I think as a dad and a teacher, that's about as authoritarian as you can get. Honestly, are any of us cool dads? Is it even possible to be a cool dad? What? I'm cool as a cucumber. See, that right there? You can't say that. My kids think I'm cool. My kids think I'm cool. But for how long, Craig? How long do we get to be the cool dads? I don't know. I think we just have to accept the fact that as dads we've become the machine we once raged against, and accept our fate to unironically wear socks with sandals. Your kids may think you're cool now, but the moment they hit puberty, you're doomed. Amanda's 18 and she still thinks I'm cool. I yell across the yard to my daughter, Amanda! I'm cool, right? Amanda just laughs. She keeps laughing. I see your point. As much as we all want it, I don't think it's as important to be a cool dad as it is to be a good dad. We can't all be best friends with our kids. It just doesn't work. I mean, look at me and Ernest. Our job as parents is to make sure our kids turn out okay. Yeah, you're right, but it'd be nice to have it both ways. Hearing these guys talk about this makes me think of my relationship with Amanda. We get along so well, but there might come a time when it won't be like that. Is college when that happens? Don't let us eat up your time, Addison. Go meet some of the other people around the neighborhood. And without further... Ooh, I bumped my pop filter. And without further ado, let's work some magic. Joseph closes his eyes, takes a deep breath, and gets to work. With the greatest of ease, he sets patties on the grill, flourishing as he flips his spatula in the air. It's easily some of the best grill work I've ever seen. You guys think this is my first time in front of a grill? Grill. He's working fast now, effortlessly tossing cheese onto patties and perfectly grilling onions on the side. One after another, the dads take notice and crowd around Joseph to admire his masterful technique. You probably didn't know this, Addison, but Joseph's known around here for his grillmanship. He's ungrillevable. I tried to get on his level, but I just can't catch up. Let us keep studying. He has a rare quality about him. Mustard we keep talking about this? Can't we just appreciate the artist? I never seen him make a mistake. Okay, we need to stop. This is getting too cheesy. Please stop. That was a good exercise with my voices, to practice the different ones. That was good. I think that was okay. All of the children at the party boo the glorious display of puns in unison. Alright guys, the food's ready. Please form an orderly barbecue. Amanda groans. We all grab our food and hang out, enjoying perfectly cooked cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
Man, it's so wild how all of us dads live in the same cul-de-sac. Kinda nice, isn't it? Feels like there's a real community here. Totally helps when you're just a single dad trying to raise a kid.
Oh.
We're happy to have you here, man. I think you're gonna like this neighborhood a lot. Plus, Amanda seems to be getting along with all of the kids. If she decides to get into the babysitting game, she'll really make a killing. Hey, why don't you add us all on Dadbook? Dadbook? Yeah, it's a great social media network for dads to keep in touch with each other. We're all on it, so if you ever need to reach out to anyone, that's the simplest way to do it. Sorry, I'm just an old-fashioned dad. Social media goes over my head sometimes. Don't worry, Pops. I'll help you figure it out. I just need to check something real quick. Okay. The rest of the barbecue goes smoothly. We all trade stories and drink beer as our kids play on the lawn. Amanda breaks up a fight between Carmencita, yeah, and those weird twins. I think they wanted her soul. Upsetting. Amanda and I walk back to our place as the sun sets over the neighborhood. Pretty fun party, don't you think? I mean, I got a burger in me. Felt like it was not working. Let's go. I wish I could have been playing Paranormal Ice Road Truckers. You and Daisy seemed like you were having a way better time than I was. Because we were. Well, hey, at least you met some other cool dads. You should hit them up on Dadbook. Maybe I will, if I ever figure out how social media works. I have a good feeling about this place. Me too, Dad. Dad tip 9. Don't use metal utensils, and I missed the rest. Amanda and I arrive home with the remnants of our veggie plate. Seems like nobody was really into the cauliflower. Any big plans for this evening? Actually, yeah, I'm going out with some of my friends. Oh. Is that okay? Of course, just keep me posted and be home before midnight. You got it. And be careful.
Yeah.
I will. Make good choices. Of course. And call me if you need anything. Dad, you're not gonna do the thing where you wait silently for me to come home in the living room with all the lights off, are you? What? No, I've never done that, and I will never do that. Okay. Do you have plans tonight? My plans were kind of to eat ice cream and watch TV with Amanda, but I'll find something to do. I'm gonna work on some stuff, see how long I can sleep before throw a party. Let's throw a party. A real rager. All the other dads in the neighborhood are invited. I'll see if I can get you a spot on the list, but honestly, it's looking tight. You may just have to wait in line. I know a guy at the door. I'll get in, no problem. I'm just relaxing tonight. Have fun, okay? Great. I'll see you later. I watch Amanda drive off into the night. I really do hope she has fun. I plop down in front of the TV and turn on some Wine and Dine Mastermind with celebrity chef Gavin Chapman. Looks like Gavin's making a roasted rack of lamb with rosemary mashed potatoes. I'd love to be able to cook like that, although I think if I was actually good at cooking, I'd use my powers for evil. Like just making baked Alaskas all day instead of food of any real nutritional substance. Should I know what a baked Alaska is? Catch me having to Google another thing that's probably because it's American. If I open this, yeah, cool. Nope, that's not what I want. I want baked Alaska. Oh my goodness, this looks amazing. So it's like meringue around ice cream? Baked Alaska, also known as omelette norvégienne, omelette surprise. It's a dessert consisting of ice cream and cake topped with browned meringue. Ice cream, sponge cake, or Christmas pudding and meringue. That looks really nice. Okay. Back to Dream Daddy. Man, Gavin Chapman just caught that thing on fire, but he meant to do it? What a professional. I lose track of time as I blaze through several episodes of Wine and Dine Mastermind, and also one episode of some cooking show called Meat Hell. I'm not even sure what that one was about. It was just a lot of yelling. I glance at my watch. Man, it's almost midnight. I should check in with Amanda. I send a text. Hey kiddo, you good? I wander into the kitchen as I wait for a reply. Amanda's phone is almost always in her hand, so I'm sure she'll respond soon. Unless she's driving home now, in which case, I hope she doesn't respond soon, because I definitely taught her better than to text and drive. I reach into the freezer and grab an ice cream sandwich. It's a little late for this, but I think I earned it, after a long day of socializing. I check my watch again, and then my phone. Nothing yet. Okay, see, now I'm worried. Do I call her? Do I call the cops? No. It's too soon for that. I'll just send her a gentle reminder text. What's up? Half an hour passes. Now I'm really worried. The episodes of Gavin Chapman's Meat Hell are not only not assuming my anxiety, but possibly exacerbating it with all the yelling. So I keep pacing around the house for her to come back. Why didn't I find out where she was going? Who she was even with? Why don't I know any of her friends' phone numbers? Why don't I even know any of her friends' full names? Who is Emma P? I decided to send her another text. Amanda, please text me and let me know you're okay. I can't help but think of all the awful things that could have happened to her. Oh, thank God, it's her. Amanda opens the door and shuffles in. Finally, she's back home. I'm glad she's okay. Sup? Sweetie, thank God you're safe. Yep. But now that I know she's okay, I'm really mad. Why didn't you answer my texts? Amanda pulls her phone out of her pocket. Oh, whoops, guess I didn't see those. She starts to walk to her room. Amanda Ann. Whoa, we're pulling out the middle name now. Amanda, you came home an hour and a half after your curfew, and you didn't respond to any of my texts. You really freaked me out. I was about to call the cops. Dad, you're seriously overreacting. You're not going to be like this when I go off to school, are you? I don't like your attitude. I have a right to be concerned. I was scared. I'm going to go with I was scared. You weren't responding, and it was just like when your dad... I have to stop myself from tearing up. Oh, Dad, I didn't mean to... I sit down on the couch and put my head in my hands. I feel very tired all of a sudden. You really scared me. Just, please don't do that again. Alright, I'm gonna go to get bed now. Amanda closes the door to her room, and I head to mine. Jeez. As I'm falling asleep, one thing she says keeps echoing in my mind. You're not gonna be like this when I go off to school, are you? I definitely didn't sleep well last night. I brew some strong coffee and make some scrambled eggs for Amanda as a peace offering. She eventually wanders into the kitchen. Hey. I thought about what you said last night. I should have texted you. I said I was going to do it and I didn't. I honestly just didn't even think about it. I'm really sorry, Pops. I won't do it again. Well... I'm sorry for freaking out on you. I trust you to make good choices or good. I'm sorry for freaking out on you. You're an adult now. I shouldn't have gotten so worked up. Team Fister? Team Fister. For those who don't know, Fister is the last name that I chose for my character. It's George's fault. I have some regrets. Amanda gives me a hug. Want some eggs? You know it. Sprinkle some cheese on them? Already did. Bless you. Amanda scarfs down the eggs in the time it takes me to wash the pan. Alright, I'm off to school. Smell you later. Wait, one more thing before you go. What? What's Dad Book? It's a social media platform. Wait. What? What's a social media platform? Dad, I have to go to school. Come on, Amanda. I'm an old man. I can't put together a dad book profile on my own. Alright, I'll help you sound interesting on the internet. Amanda spends the next couple of minutes setting up my profile on Dadbook, which, as it turns out, is a place where dads can get together and talk about fatherhood. Alright, Pops, we gotta fill out your profile. Let's get some likes and dislikes. Dad tip 31. Nope, I missed it. Okay. Now we gotta make the Dadbook profile. On a Friday night, you are most likely to polish and sort my coin collection. Netflix and grill, baby. Fall asleep watching the History Channel. Torment my children with dad puns. Sink into blissful oblivion. Sleep. What is Addison most likely to do? Torment children with dad puns. If you had one thing to take with you onto a desert island, what would it be? My trusty grill, the lost shaker of salt, cast away on DVD for instructional purposes, but you wouldn't even be able to watch a DVD. A boat, obviously. I don't need anything. My survival skills have trained me for this day. A boat. What are your turn-ons? Strong dad arms. Tennis shoes with long white socks. A well-manicured lawn. Oh, I keep bumping my pop filter. A well-manicured lawn. Street smarts. Top-tier grillmanship. Comfortable with crying. Turn-ons. Strong dad arms. What did you want to be when you grew up? Technical writer for manuals and instructionals. Salty boat captain. Pro skater who's also an astronaut. A good father. The president of space. What would Addison want to be? I think the president of space. What's your favourite movie genre? War documentaries. Sean Connery's entire filmography. Anything on Laserdisc. Romantic comedies. Whatever will make me cry. Old comedies that haven't aged well. I think Addison would watch old comedies that haven't aged well. What's your ideal date? Napping together. Doing a 1,000-piece puzzle together. That is one of my Remus's ideal dates. Just a fun fact. Puzzles. Eating a healthy dinner at 4 p.m. Trying to geocache but getting hopelessly lost. Arson. Being emotionally vulnerable. What would Addison do? Arson. What do you never leave home without? A sensible cardigan. My sick vape. A book of word jumbles and a pen. A cool knife. My cripplingly low self-esteem. I frequently forget my phone, keys, and wallet at home, sometimes. Addison's a cripplingly low self-esteem kind of guy. I spend a lot of time thinking about conspiracy theories. How proud I am of my child. Potential ends of the world. If I'll ever be able to love myself as much as I love my grill. When I can next get a cup of coffee. Lawnmower modifications. Conspiracy theories or potential ends of the world? What kind of guy is Addison? I think potential ends of the world. Profile complete. See? That wasn't so bad. Hello, welcome. Yeah, that was actually kind of fun. I could totally spend all day on here just looking at people's profiles. You should message one of them, or more than one of them. All of these dads seem pretty interesting. Okay, I promise I'll make some friends. Amanda gives me a hug. Go get him, Dad. Dad tip 4, stand up for yourself, and then I missed the rest, because I can't read fast enough. Okay, we have Dadbook set up. Dadmanda. Hi Addison, it's me, your dear old friend from way back in the day, Dadmanda. I'm delighted to see you've signed up for Dadbook. They've recently added this exciting new messenger service, so you may find yourself receiving messages from other dads like myself. Take care not to miss them. Can I write a message? Amanda, is that you? What are you doing on Dadbook? Big puppy, yes. That's what we're doing. Why, Addison? I never. We've known each other since business school. How could you possibly confuse me for your amazing and talented and easy to buy things for daughter? Though I am, of course, flattered. You should buy Amanda more things. Amanda, you know I didn't go to business school. I barely even managed to get my degree. What is my degree? Wait. No. Wow. I didn't say that. You never heard that. This is gold. I was a great student, I swear. I graduated at the top of my class because I worked very hard and ate all my vegetables. Totally holding on to this for later. Wait, do you even remember what I majored in? I declined to comment. Cool. Conversation ended. Okay. Now's a good time to end, but the thing is, I was gonna raid Cece when she goes live, and she's not live. Cece, I need to end stream soon. There we go, nailed it. You know what, we can look at the different dad book profiles though. Let's go in order. Craig Khan. Dad of 3, business entrepreneur and fitness enthusiast. Juggling work, family and fitness is a tough gig. But someone's gotta do it. On a Friday night, you're most likely to get one last good cardio session in. If you had one thing to take with you onto a desert island, what would it be? A box of energy bars. That's actually fair, because then you'd have food. What are your turn-ons? A sub 6-minute mile. Woofed. Can't. Nup. What did you want to be when you grew up? Beer pong world champion. What's your favourite movie genre? Buddy cop movies forever. That's fair. What's your ideal date? Scaling a huge dangerous mountain. For fun. The exercise. The buff gym dad. What you never leave home without? An extra tube of energy gel. What's that? I spent a lot of time thinking about my mile time used to be so good. What happened? Have I peaked? Okay. Matt. Oh, I should be reading these in the voices I have for the dads. Let's go. Matt Seller. Avid music enthusiast, passionate coffee drinker. You can find me most days selling bean juice over at the Coffee Spoon or hanging out at the park with my amazing daughter. Hit me up about 80s no wave music. On a Friday night, you're most likely to perfect my cold brew setup. One drip at a time, baby. If you had one thing to take with you onto a desert island, what would it be? Fine tunes to pass the days away. What are your turn-ons? Multi-instrumentalism. I can play multiple instruments. But can Addison? Addison's the name of my dad, for those who don't know, that I'm playing as. What did you want to be when you grew up? A barista, weirdly enough. What's your favourite movie genre? Shit with subtitles. Yeah, that's fair. What's your ideal date? We go to the animal shelter and seriously consider adopting a cat. Yes, that's adorable. I want to do that as a date. What do you never leave home without? My headphones. Both in ear and over ear, just in case. I spend a lot of time thinking about where did writing commas into song titles come from and where did it go? Did we all just agree that it's a bad idea? That's the hipster dad, or the cool dad. Let's go Brian. Oh no, I have to get back into my Brian voice. Okay. Hey, I'm Brian. Brian Harding. There. I spend most of my days hanging out with my awesome daughter and thinking up new ways to grill things. If you like fishing, then we'd get along. On a Friday night, you're most likely to see just how slowly I can cook a piece of brisket. If you had one thing to take with you onto a desert island, what would it be? My fishing pole. What are your turn-ons? A keen understanding of steak cuts. I got better into my accent, I think. What did you want to be when you grew up? A fireman. What's your favourite movie genre? Romantic comedies. What's your ideal date? Deck building. What do you never leave home without? My portable fishing pole. I spend a lot of time thinking about how my daughter is smarter than I am. Cool. Robert. So I have some lines that I do to get into characters. And for Robert, my line to get into the voice is just, it's high noon somewhere in the world. Robert Small, when the internet gains sentience and decides to destroy us all, you know it'll use this information against us, right? That should have a question mark at the end. On a Friday night, you're most likely to make a deal in an alleyway, have it go badly. Who's the cop? Was it Giacomo? Giacomo? Yeah, I trusted Giacomo. If you had one thing to take with you onto a desert island, what would it be? Gun. What are your turn-ons? Don't talk to me. I think I've lost it. It's high noon somewhere in the world. Okay. What do you want to be when you grow up? A grifter. What's your favorite movie genre? Italian neo-realism. What's your ideal date? Grave robin. What do you never leave home without? At least 4 knives. I spend a lot of time thinking about, you ever really look into a rabid animal's eyes? Cool, that's Robert. Damien. This is good practice for getting my voices for the characters. Damien Bloodmarch, how do you do? I have finally decided to join this information superhighway. I'm not entirely sure how this works, but I will try my best to understand. I love long strolls through graveyards and spending time with my son. If you would ever like to chat about the latest in Victorian fashion, the inevitability of our own demise, or black cats, please send me a letter. My Damien voice is so gay, but I'm fine with that. On a Friday night, you're most likely to listen to true crime podcasts while I taxidermy my newest specimens. If you had one thing to take with you onto a desert island, what would it be? A coffin. Why? I guess it's shelter. What are your turn-ons? Pronouncing bosom correctly. Bosom. That's how that's pronounced, right? Bosom? Yeah. What did you want to be when you grew up? A bat. What's your favorite movie genre? Foreign art house horror. What's your ideal date? It's night. We're at an industrial darkwave club in Berlin. The music drums to the beats of our hearts. What do you never leave home without? An upside down cross. Fair. I spend a lot of my time thinking about morality salience. Salience? Salience. Morality salience. Okay, Hugo. Okay, this is British, but not as posh and fancy. I apologize to anyone who's dying right now because my accents are bad. I'm doing this to work on them. Hugo Vega. Middle school teacher, high school teacher. Writer of solitary articles on 18th century literature for various esteemed publications. If you're on here to tell me that my son put a cherry bomb in your trash, I know, and I'm sorry. On a Friday night, you're most likely to brew some strong tea and paint my miniatures. like Warhammer and D&D miniatures? I'd play D&D with this man. If you had one thing to take with you onto a desert island, what would it be? A Remembrance of Things Past by Marcel Proust. What are your turn-ons? Muscles. Look, that's fair. Not too many, but like a bit toned to show that one's fit and capable. What did you want to be when you grew up? A movie star. Wow, interesting. What's your favourite movie genre? Documentaries on art history. Oh, yes, art history. Me, Remus. Loves this man. Good. Addison, probably not too into him. I don't know. We'll see. What's your ideal date? Each of us read a different book on opposite sides of the couch in comfortable silence. Aww. What do you never leave home without? My glasses. Actually, I forget them at home a lot. I feel called out. I spend a lot of time thinking about. I worry that people who are against e-readers are more in love with the idea of books than actually reading them. That's fair. Okay, Joseph. Joseph Christensen, voted Maple Bay's #1 youth pastor for 5 years running, living in my hometown with my beautiful wife and our 4 amazing kids. If I'm not in church, you can catch me out on the open water setting sail for the seas of adventure. I love playing guitar and crushing my kids at Candyland. On a Friday night, you're most likely to lead the community in a fun mixer. I've lost my accent If you had one thing to take to a desert island, what would it be? My 6th string. What are your turn-ons? My loving wife. That's funny. What did you want to be when you grew up? A ship captain. What's your favorite movie genre? Feel-good movies. What's your ideal date? Lovely night on the town with my wife. Oh, he's so Christian. I hate that he's my favorite. I hate that I find him so attractive. What do you never leave home without? The good book. I spend a lot of time thinking about how I can be a better man, husband, and father. And we've looked at all of the dad book profiles, and Cece still hasn't messaged me, but I really need to go now. So, let's find someone to raid. Let's save. Saving. There's the conversation with Amanda. Can I go to title? Let's go. Dad tip 35, it's called masking tape for a reason. We already had that one. Because it was short enough for me to read earlier. Twitch Stream Manager. I want to get this up on my computer. Dream Daddy. Okay. I have not done a raid before because I always forget how to do a Twitch raid. I wonder if Cece's live, actually. She is. Well, she just hasn't been responding to me. /raid. Lost in the CC? Will this work? Okay. Thank you everyone for joining. This has been the second part of my Dream Daddy series. I'm gonna do this once a week. Let's go. I gotta click end stream, hey.